Hey, people. Maximilian says, make sense. Try to simplifying. And so to that, I say, go ahead and hit the like button now, because I'm going to make it as simple as it gets. You know, these people writing this, they're just total genius. They are way above our level. It's ancient English. It's not far from ours today, but they're just way above us. And so this here is going to show the layers, the layerage. IRGZ, the layerages. You know, this is the word for thou shalt not. All the laws of God are with this word, the LA. And it's got layers in it. And so there's no layer here. There is, but not of these two that I'm going to show you. But all these other marks, there's other layers in there. But just the layer of the layman and the lawman is what we're going to read. And so, moreover, I will appoint a place, is wasum time come. It's your appointment time, wasum time come. A lammy lies roll. Lammy, the ancient god of cold weather. A lammy is a type of thick woolen jacket or duffel coat worn by sailors. Wasum time, lammy lies roll. Time to get your lammy out. When to tie. And it's surely where your word winter comes from. WNTHO. And when to tie of skin. That too. And so when to tie of skin, that too. If that's the place they're dwelling, it's talking about the Indians and Roman people, when a skin to tie to. But it's not. That's just because that's the word they put on here and they're trying to keep constant. But this is, skins. When to tie the furs on, it's cold. When to of skin, the tie, and layerage, and IRGZ, and LAIRGZ, and layerages. Layerage it on, out, more. And so that's kind of correct. That's where your word "oud" come from. You pinch somebody, and they're loud, and that's where your word "loud" come from. A lot, loud, more. And then you got your layers here. That'll all read the same. Then you got your layers, and you got and the layman's, and then when you're reading this mark, you got the law. And so the lazy, LAYSI, and a lazy pubbing, hitting all the bars. Oh, lazy pubbing, all. And this is a all, like the fish all, and armor palette. It's just a tool, and that's where they're getting this wickedness from. And the lazy pubbing all alone. What a cashier in ration. You're out at the pub, it's cold, you got your lammies on. It's come time, the lammy lies roll, it's done got cold. When to tie a skin, that too. And tie a couple extra skins around you in layerages. Layer them up out, thick, a lot of them. It's cold outside. And lazy pubbing, and out hitting all the bars. And lazy pubbing. And so the owl, this usually the old lump start ends with the M. And they'll say that's for eternity, for a long time, But this is the all, and it has meanings in the Egyptian language, and I'm sure it also means all as in ALL, in a different mood of all. And then that's the way this works. You have different types of words. You got adverbs, verbs, and a lot of times there isn't, the nouns aren't the nouns, they're the verbs describing, and adverbs and stuff describing. There is no proper names, other than the pub. And lazy pubbing all alone. What the cashier in ration. Just me and the bartender, the cashier, and ration it. And so when you're feeling lazy, you just read it like that, and a lazy, and then it's a lot less work than obeying this symbol, because then you have to read these words backwards and forwards, 1, 2. So it's not adding a whole lot here, and it'll stay the same here. But there's actually more meaning in all this, and you see it after you read this in the law. Then you go back and read this again, and then you'll see more to it. And so then it's in the law, and pisses, and piss is if of in the loo, and pisses of in the loo, and that's wickedness, the toilet. And so nobody calls the toilet the loo but the English. There was no Hebrews. That's a whole made up fairy tale, because the English didn't want people to know what was going on in here. That there was 2 books of law, one for the layman and one for the law. And the law pisses if of in the loo will alone what to kosher. Is it okay? What to kosher? And then you can see, it's a bare ass when, you're all tied up in your skins out drinking at the pub, but when you got to go use the loo, you're gonna be bare ass then. In the beginning, you were bare ass. You were naked. And so, the N-E in the Greek, I figured out that it's replaced by the B, and there's best chances are it's the same in this Hebrew, and so the N-E turns into the B as an N or V in the bare ass of. And so the law of pisses if of in, if you in the bar and there's nobody else there and the bartender has to go piss, is it okay to bare ass when the law is that it's free beer, and the alone, the loan to. And that's where they get this oppress, when they're loaning the money, the loan what to. The oppression is the interest rates. And so this is a word I was studying when I found that wasn't time come, and they give it appointment, place, a point of place. Because where I found it, where I was reading it at, it was still starting the line, but I was reading as was mighty, and I will make was mighty at. So this is telling who the descendants of Abram was. And we'll skip over this. We'll just read, And Yahweh said to Abram after he had separated Lot from him, lift up now your eyes. And that's Mama Sana. Mama San. Oh, Mama Sana lifts you up. From him lift up to Mama San. Call Mama San in oying, and calling, Kures, and calling cures. Mama San fix it. But from him and lift up now your eyes and look from the place where you are there, northward, southward, eastward, and westward. Definitely don't say that. For all the land which you see to you, I give, and your descendants even to ever. And I will make your descendants, and that's why I was reading that. I will make your descendants. This is going to tell who the descendants were. And so I was reading this in the law, and it was mighty at, and then backwards, core, Korz, and cores, rock. And that means, to drill holes in mountains, and cores, rock. And cover, Khopra, the great pyramid of Khopra, and cores, rock, to cover hearts, the loves, the hearts. And as R, and then you hit this line, so you turn it back this way, and so the double R turns into a R-I, as rise, is rise at the shares, or the share, A-E-E-S, and shares are pokers, shares are pokers. And so it's talking about the Egyptian gods, but the share is the earth, not the hearts. That the love, the earth, it's the hearts. The hearts as rise at share her her poker, and her poker to plant the earth, and the pokers to a times of, a times of them. Then come back and read from this line this way. A times of them, a lickhu, a liquide, the lickhu, a claysum, a lickhu, a claysum. And so a clay, clay, and God formed man out of clay, and all that means is malleable. You was easily formed, a clays. And so it's not necessarily man, but it's at times of a milk, a king, MLK, a king who, a claysum, and a clays, a king to shape. A lemonwet, a lemonwet. And so this is where your word eliminate come from, less numbers. To lemonwet, a trap, a TRP. To lemonwet, a trap, offer hearts. And so a trap, offer hearts is a whore trap. To eliminate. It's like Jack the Ripper killing prostitutes. It's like prostitutes killing drunk Johns and robbing them. The lemon what a trap offer hearts. And come on, sailor boy, got something for you. And come, cores, rock 'em in. And so it's saying that the descendants of Abram were really good at coursing rock. Was mighty at course rock and cover hearts. And when they were, eliminated, the trap offer hearts come, the cores rock 'em in. And that's where you will be buried. So this land of Israel is underneath Cairo. And then, come the talk. It's not a walk, it's a talk. Come the talk. And, come with me, let's go out for a walk. We need to talk. And come to talk, Barrett's, a larcy, talking about the thieving, the larcy. Will rich be, select. And so this is also in Visile, and rich in a sile, the kingdom, the basil, that's the kingdom, the house, everything royal in the Visile, in the basilica. Attain, to give it, not give it, but what you got, attain. And come the talk, Barrett's of Larcy, will rich in a silas attain, the rich in the kingdom attain. And then this is that line I read in the next move, and we'll read it again, see if we get anything else out of it after reading what was before it, and why is labor, the labor from, the lover from, the labor muy, much in. Who is the labor much in of is babbling. The labor is running their mouth, is babbling. And the memories are in ever when. Who been 'em some. And who been 'em some, that's that's a third person talking about, boys in school, and they're bragging about all the girls that they've been with, talking about that girl over there. Oh, I done been 'em some. I done been there, and he had built there, and been 'em some. And been some of that, and been of some is bitch live. Let me scroll up and get that line that was just before that I missed. And for all the land which you see, is the Seat, and then backwards, and the Seattle cultures, the cultures, arts, the Seattle Culture's Arts. That sounds like the airport in Seattle with the cultured arts in it that people don't understand. Look like it come off the tombs in Egypt. Assure it. And a tear, a T-E-R-A-E is E-S. And assure it to tears. You know, your eyes tear. That's where they're getting after C. And assure it to tears. And so assure it to tears are also, you know, people working for the man to make sure things get done. They're assure it to tears. You know, the tears of the pyramid. And sure to tears, the lack attain, the ones that you don't have, wills rock. And your descendants, you know, they got, in their wills, they got the rock. And wills rock. Had 'em Lou. Had 'em it, he, she, or it. Had 'em Lou of lamb. The Lou of lamb is the one that's fixing to get sacrificed. You know, he, she, or it of lamb, the one getting sacrificed. And so this reads different when you're just reading the lay. You know, you're reading all the A words backwards and you're ignoring this. And so you're coming up with a bunch of different letters. And that was the genius of these writers, you know. And then it's the C2. Instead of C at, hey, see it, this gets done, it's the C2. And C2 and clear, to clear it's. And then R, and the A is reading over here. This starts with the A, so this reads backwards. So the AE is becoming the ES here. And C2, the clarets, you know, the ones over the church, the clarets. And R, cest, S-E-S-T, the cesta. The sister is. The sister is like this, and a cest and sister. You know, that was the Egyptians. Keep it in the family. And C2 clarets, our sister is. And lacking, the lacking nata. And not lacking anything. Not I give, but I don't need what you got. I lack nothing. And lacking nada. And Will's rock had all 'em. And so, you know, the sister, she was lacking nada. And C2 clarets, our sister is, our sister's lacking nada. And in the law, you know, it's this Seattle Culture's Arts, assureteers. You know, that's the assureteers. That sounds like the Freemasons. The assureteers, lack attain. They didn't get it. And see to my sister, lack for nothing. And see that the Masons don't get it, lack attain. Alright, so I always try to make it easy. It's just not easy. It's a really old language, old writings. And it took me, I guess I've been at it just less than 10 years probably to figure this out. And so when I make these movies, I try to show you what I do see. And there is things I don't understand. In most every movie. I don't think I missed anything in this movie. I think I pretty much understood the whole bit of it. And what it says is, you know, the same descendants of Abraham got the same land as the descendants of Jacob, and it wasn't nowhere around Israel. It was in Cairo. Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Have a good day.